Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Oliveris from jurisq.com. We answer frequently asked questions on different types of law in different states and even federal law. And one such practice area that is federal is, of course, immigration. And for immigration, we bring you back an attorney, Yakov Spektor, from Spektor and Berman, an immigration law firm, practicing law here in tri-state area, New York, correct, Yakov? Where else? Where other states can you take clients from, or from all over?
From all over the country. It's immigration law is federal law, as we covered in our last video. Hi, everyone.
Excellent. Very good. Good to hear. So, as you know, we answer FAQs on immigration law, and a lot of people are asking, because getting your papers, your legal status is such a long, hard process, is there anything an attorney can do to speed up the process? That is literally the #1 question asked on immigration law right now on Google. So instead of Google, we're going to let Yakov Spektor answer, please.
Do you know why it's a #1 asked question on Google right now?
No.
Because practically every case is delayed. Our immigration system, as you might know, I'm sure every immigrant knows that dealt with it, is not working very well. Okay, sometimes I'm surprised it's working at all. But what it means is that there's more than 1 million cases that are backlogged in immigration courts. The immigration agency, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, is also pretty backlogged, and cases that used to take weeks or maybe 2 or 3 months now habitually take a year or longer. Sometimes even 2 or 3 years. Okay, and that's kind of the standards that they set for themselves. You won't even be able to do a service inquiry until basically that that period elapses. They say, oh, we will normally process these kinds of cases in 15 months. Okay, until 15 months are over, we won't even take an inquiry from you. Okay, and so we deal with this a lot. It's not only Google that gets these requests. Every one of my clients usually asks me what's going on with my case, and I have no control. I almost answered that question for you, Michael. I have no control over the government's processing times. Now, can I do anything to speed it up?
Yes, can you?
The short answer is, of course, since I don't work for the government, I'm not the president. I have no control over whether they choose to expedite a case or not. But can I submit a request to expedite? I can. Is it going to be successful? Probably not. Because imagine this. Imagine that you have a very compelling situation, right? Let's say your relative that you applied for is very sick and could benefit from coming here sooner, right? Or you are very sick and you want your relative here. Okay, this would be a very good reason to ask the government to expedite.
Yeah, very legitimate reason.
Yeah, but unfortunately there is a but here. Since there's so many people right now who whose cases are delayed, you could imagine that there is probably 10,000 or maybe 100,000 people who also have a very, very compelling reason, medical reason, let's say, to ask for the case to be expedited, and they also file those requests.
I see.
If you do have a very, very good reason to ask the government to expedite, by all means, ask your lawyer to submit one for you. But don't be too optimistic that it will be granted. Simply because the government is just as they are overwhelmed with all of the regular immigration cases, they are probably overwhelmed with the requests to expedite. Unfortunately, the short answer is there is not much that I can do, but sometimes I do get lucky. Okay, and it is skill and luck, I suppose, but mostly in this environment it is luck. The only thing that your lawyer will be able to do better, okay, in terms of the time frames,
Right.
okay, than than you or an immigration notario or anyone else, is that he'll be able to do the job well enough so that the case is not going to be delayed because of the errors, because of the government's request for more information, etc., 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 etc. We could minimize that, that potential that the case will be delayed because the government is, wants a very basic document that you should have known to submit in the first place.
You know what? That's very wise counsel from you. And just want to summarize what you said and tell me if I'm correct. What you're saying is that we understand you don't have control over the government. However, sometimes in some cases, it's worth a shot for you to try to submit some kind of petition to the government, to the court. Please expedite because of my client's special circumstance. But you made a very, very valid point that if you don't have the right attorney, or if you don't have an attorney, you have a paralegal or somebody else handling immigration for you, you may, by your own actions, get delayed by not providing information on time, by submitting the wrong form, and so on and so forth. So it's very important to have an attorney with experience and the resources with an office that has the ability to comply quickly and efficiently with all the requests from the court and the government. So I think that's, if I'm right in my
you are absolutely right,
then that's the main sticking point that we should walk away with. And I want to emphasize that what I would do here, that's just general advice to educate the public of what's out there, what are the pitfalls, to be mindful of certain things when you are applying for your change in your immigration status. However, for any specific advice, for any specific analysis of your situation, definitely reach out to an immigration attorney. One such attorney is here in front of us, Yakov Spektor. The phone number is on the bottom of the screen. Please don't hesitate, call, and it's better to ask the questions now rather than later, where you may be in a bind, where maybe it's going to be too late to fix the mistakes. So call as soon as possible and get the right consultation, right representation. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your time. And we're going to bring back again next month, Yakov Spektor, for more answers to frequently asked questions on immigration. Yakov, have a great weekend. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.